Hello everyone and welcome back to Oblivion. So I just teleported to Sinkhole Cave. As I said, I will teleport around to any place I've visited. And I won't be too strict about it. I mean, I have visited the Imperial City, technically only these 3 districts up here. But I will, if I want to, also teleport to the Arboretum. Probably not to the University or the Waterfront. But anything within the inner circle, I'll probably be okay with teleporting there. Maybe I should put the grass distance up a little bit, I'm not sure. I didn't install any new mods since last episode, by the way. This is still the same recording session. Yeah. It's basically, it takes a... Oh, what's this? Oh, Primrose, nice. Primrose appears to have a much higher success rate for harvesting. Morning Glory, that's a... fun name. What does the runestone do? Let's just activate it. Okay. It temporarily gives me a weapon, apparently. Where are my active effects? Yeah. I get a rune blade and bracer. Wow. Bound gauntlets and bound dagger. These are summoned weapons, so as soon as the effects on the top right of the screen run out, they will be gone. But that's kind of cool. You just touch that stone and it gives you a weapon for a while. Looks a bit evil. Maybe it's kind of a Daedric shrine. As I said, I'm definitely looking to improve my underwater vision. Which I know it's not realistic, but... I just find this a little too murky. And I know there's mods that make underwater vision really quite clear, which... just for gameplay reasons it's more interesting. There's also mods which remove... Wow, that's fast. I know there's a mod which removes the breathing meter for underwater. I have no intention of using something like that. But making visibility a bit better, I think that's okay. So let's check. Did I? I don't think I made any more progress to the next level with that restoration increase, so... I believe only whenever I increase one of my major skills will I actually gain progress to the next level. And once I've increased, I think about 10, the next time I go to sleep I'll be able to spend that level up. It's probably... Oh, this is one of those old ruins. I'm not sure if I should explore that yet, but hey, I came across it. I guess I will. I drew power from the well. What kind of power? Active effects, tell me. Resist disease? No? Fortify magicka. Oh, nice. Question is this actually a dungeon that I can enter? I know some of these A-late or I-late something ruins are explorable. This one does not appear to be. Or maybe I just missed the entrance. Oh, my dagger's almost out. Well, there's a little bit left, but I'm pretty sure I'm under half now. And according to the map, I also already covered more than half the distance. Well, hey! Prefer Skyrim, or I would suggest Skyrim. Oh, there you are.
Getting tired.
Oi! Stay here. You little mage. I think whatever he summoned, that imp thing, should now also be gone. Mage's Robe. Mage's Robes no longer have any inherent effects. There are enchanted mage robes, but... Oh, Yellow Tick Cave. Interesting. This is combat music. I just don't see the enemy. Oh, there you are. I thought you had disappeared when the guy made you. Gone. Apparently not. Well, there's no more combat music. So I guess I'll heal up. Generally speaking, we will later on find methods that allow us to improve our magic abilities hugely. I might even do that at some point. Basically, I'll get into more details on it later, but... Okay. Cool. They do have some potions at least. You are eventually able to create your own spells. And the idea is you basically create yourself a spell that has really low effects, something really weak. Oh, alembics. I think if I add an alembic and a retort and what was the other thing? There's a third one. Calcinator. This makes my alchemy more powerful. But one each should be sufficient. So you make a spell that has a really weak effect. For example, heal 1 point of health for 1 second on self. And then because the effect is so weak, that means it will have a really low mana cost, so you can spam it for a long time, maybe even indefinitely. Depending on if your mana regeneration is high enough. It's easily possible to make a spell that's completely spammable. And then you just spam that. I think it has to be an effect that actually does something, so maybe healing self wouldn't work because at full health it would be meaningless. Maybe some resistance effect for it with a low duration would work. And you just spam that, and it keeps improving your restoration skill. Okay, that's the hollows. That's kind of a new area, I guess. And that way you can get all your magics up to 100 quite easily. Ow. Okay, I did not dodge that last one very well. But since I'm not a major user of magic anyway, I don't think that would break the game too much. If you're playing as a mage character, I would not fully recommend doing it. I mean, it does make you nice and powerful, but also... I don't know, I guess you could say it spoils the fun a little bit. I mean, I guess it depends on you, on what kind of playstyle you prefer, but it can make you a little overpowered. Especially when you choose to never sleep. Because if you never sleep, you never level up, but your own increases in power are, at least to some extent, still happening. You're still gaining the increase in your points. Okay, there's an exit here to the hollows. But the standard cave also continues a little down this way. Yep. There's some benefits to leveling up which you don't get if you don't sleep, so you never actually spend your level ups. But just the increase in your attributes, or in your skills rather, that obviously still happens. So by never leveling up, you actually do gain a bit of an advantage. Because the enemies scale with your level, not with how high your skills are, so... That guy had terrible aim. I think he tried to track me with his fireballs. But my movements were always just a little sidestep. But I think because I was moving as he shot his fireball, he thought I would keep moving in that same direction. Which is how most tracking... Well, I mean, it's the only meaningful way tracking can work in a game like that. Well, you could make some sort of homing projectiles, but those generally feel fairly cheap. As evident by a game like Dark Souls, where enemies have homing projectiles, but that just feels like a really cheap way to raise difficulty. Ow. There we go. That was not so easy. Otherwise, of course, all the enemy can really do, or all a reasonably skilled real-life person could do, is kind of assume that the enemy's movement remains constant. Or at least that's the only thing I could meaningfully expect a game to do. I mean, in real life, I guess you could say that there's environmental effects to take into account as well. Where if you see the enemy is moving towards a wall or towards a bit of cover, you can tell that that's where he's going, so I guess you might be able to also discern if he's going to accelerate or decelerate at some point, just from, you know, experience and such. But I'd say overall, just assuming constant movement is reasonably good for a game. Wow, those guys are gone. I don't think you get bonus damage from headshots. Yeah, I'll take that. These guys never seem to drop anything, these scamps. But I can get some of my arrows back. I'm not sure if higher marksmanship increases arrow retention, by the way. Idiot. With all your magic, you're still not bulletproof or arrow-proof. And potions are really quite valuable, so it's nice to have them. Wait, are his fireballs not... Yeah, you can't hit me with his fireballs, that's fun. What about you? Would you like to die? I think you do. Okay, so that summoned creature actually disappeared. I think the other scamps are... Maybe the lore says they're summoned through some ritual or whatever. But I'm guessing the game mechanic does not treat them as summoned creatures. Because once the summoner dies, the summoned creature should also die. Oh. So those crab things outside had a really long aggro range and could see me from quite a ways away. These guys, on the other hand, seem to have a very low aggro range, or they're just not very attentive. Wait, what are these things actually worth? Okay, they are quite valuable, but also quite heavy, so I think I won't take those with me. Just because I don't have good carrying capacity at this point. That's nice. I don't remember exactly how the soul gem system in this game actually worked. I know it's somewhat similar to Skyrim, or... I guess I will phrase it like that, but really Skyrim has a similar system to this because, well, Oblivion came before Skyrim. Okay, straight ahead, I haven't been yet. And that appears to be it. That's the end of this cave. As you can see, the dungeons are not as extensive as in Skyrim. There's a lot less stuff lying around. There's a lot more, I guess, empty space. And I also feel they're a lot less spooky. But this was a good find, finding all these alchemy things. Let's see if I can tell a difference. Yeah, I now have all these 4 things here. That does not, by the way, tell me anything more about... I guess possible effects. No. I think this icon, whatever, denotes how much they affect my skill. So these have 10 points each. I don't know how that scales, but I can find improved versions of these devices, and they will have a higher score than 10 there. Now we want to head that way again. And I'm once more daggerless. Are these harvestable? No, they are just for looks. So yeah, you do immediately notice that in... oh, I think... Let me just make sure, yeah. The icon down there to the right of my compass, that means I have a level up available, so once I go to sleep I can spend that. Oh. This actually is a proper plant. The music has changed, which means I'm in combat. The wolf is dead, long live the wolf. Okay. I'll just make my way to Waynon Priory now. This map view. Yeah, it's not that long. I'll just follow the road. I think I started talking about how this game is a bit more empty than Skyrim. It doesn't look as cool, but still. It's not so outdated that you can't play it anymore. I mean, I know some people can really get over the retro look of some games and enjoy them anyway. I mean, I myself enjoy Terraria, and that's kind of got a fairly retro look to it, but you can also tell it's not actually retro. I mean, they're trying to capture the look from, I think, SNES times, but at the same time, they're not limiting themselves to what the old-time hardware was actually capable of. And actually old games that not just things that try to capture the look, but things that are actually running on that hardware and thus are subject to the same limitations. I don't know, like the old Mario games or Mega Man games or all that stuff, I find them very difficult to play, especially... I'm guessing the 2D sprite-based games are still fine. So something like an old Fire Emblem game, for example. I can kind of still get into those. Or maybe, well, they're not that old, but there's a Fire Emblem game for Game Boy Advance, which I have. Yep, I found the Priory, so that's good. And I can still play that quite well, because it's aged well, but especially the first attempts at 3D gaming. I don't know, like the first Deus Ex game. I have that. I think I bought it on Steam or GOG. I don't know. I've got it somewhere. And everyone said this is the first and best Deus Ex game, and I do really quite enjoy Human Revolution, so I thought, hey, let's use it. Oh, let's play it. And the graphics are just so bad that I cannot get into it. Anyway, let's go in here. Are you coming to talk to me?
Yes. Can I help you?
I must speak to Jauffre.
He's upstairs. Go ahead.
Well, you seem very trusting.
I'm Brother Jauffre. What do you want?
So, hey, the Emperor sent me to find you.
Emperor Uriel? Do you know something about his death?
Well, I kind of stood by and watched him die.
You'd better explain yourself. Now.
He gave me the Amulet of Kings.
You brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it.
So I openly admit that I was there when he died and I have his amulet. Instead of assuming I killed him and stole it, you assume I'm telling the truth. That seems a bit silly. Especially since I'm a wood elf, which are known to be assassins, I think.
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings.
Oh,
Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
Fine, I'll recite the last words of the Emperor.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Okay, so who's the Prince of Destruction?
The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
Okay, so I'll just be dumb.
I'm not sure. Only the emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the imperial city. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark, for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the Emperor was aware of.
Well, that seems kind of obvious. The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time he would ask about the child's progress. Now it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
So where is he?
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Okay, so assistance?
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
Oh, you're going to wish you hadn't said that. Most of the stuff around here would be theft, but this chest I'm allowed to access. And take everything. Actually, I'll just take the bow. I'll definitely take all the arrows. Don't need the leather armor. I will take all the potions, though. And I'm wondering, can I sleep in this bed? No.
Hello.
You might notice this sleep symbol here is kind of red. That means this is someone else's bed and it would be illegal, or I don't know, not illegal. Sleeping in it would be, I don't know. I don't even know what the effect would be. Let's test it out for the remainder. Okay, I just can't sleep in it because someone else owns it. This, however, does not appear to have an owner, so I can sleep in it. Okay, I just wanted to show you the level up screen. I've ascended to level 2. I can choose 3 attributes to increase, and these little numbers here, the +2, +3, +5, and such. Excuse me. They indicate how much that attribute will increase as I put points onto it. I believe this is affected by which skills particularly I use to gain the level up. So, since I use a lot of marksmanship and sneaking, for example, speed is apparently quite important for that, so I have I would get +5 from that, which I definitely want to do. Whereas I didn't do much endurance stuff, so I'm guessing endurance would only go up by 1 point. Let's also get some more strength and agility, and that should be fine for the moment. And that's how a level up works. Oh, excuse me, I just completely bumped my cup.
Hello.
Have you seen Glistel and Melintus Ancrus together? Isn't it awful?
It is awful. Her poor mother. What is Glistel thinking?
Stay safe.
Okay, let's get out of here. So the main quest tells us to go to Quarch next, which is... I think I've been to it before. It's right here. Now I can fast travel here. You might notice, and this might make you a bit suspicious, and it actually made me suspicious the very first time I played. Each city has multiple fast travel locations within the city. Various gates and all that, all of those are already unlocked, except for Quarch. The only fast travel location to Quarch is one outside the actual city limits. I'm not going to spoil what exactly is going on, but the very first time I played through this game, I was already pretty convinced that something was going on. And it was not going to be just a matter of going there and finding the guy. There was going to be some issue preventing us from just doing that. But anyway, I will save here. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I guess I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.